At 3 a.m., my husband's mistress sent me a photo to humiliate me. At exactly 3:07 a.m., my phone vibrated across the marble nightstand. Not loud enough to wake the entire mansion of Beverly Hills, but just enough to wake a woman who had spent 7 years learning how to sleep beside a man who lied effortlessly. I opened my eyes slowly, reaching for the glowing screen in the dark. One photo, sent from an unfamiliar number, but I didn't need the contact saved to know exactly who it was. Vanessa Carter, my husband's executive assistant. Same woman Ethan Whitmore had introduced at a gala in Los Angeles as the most dedicated employee in the company. The woman who laughed too gently at his jokes, who stood too close during meetings, who looked at me with a polite smile of someone already imagining herself living in my house. I tapped the image. There she was, Vanessa stretched across a luxury hotel bed, inside a penthouse suite at the Peninsula Beverly Hills, wrapped in Ethan's designer's black t-shirt like she had already succeeded. Champagne sat chilling beside the bedstand, silk sheets tangled behind her, warm golden light reflected around the marble walls. Everything about the picture was carefully arranged to warm me, and behind her, half asleep on the bed, was my so-called husband, Ethan Whitmore, CEO of Whitmore Global Logistics, the man I had spent 7 years helping transform into one of the most respected businessmen in America, while he pretended to the world that he accomplished it alone. His face rested peacefully against the pillow, unaware that one reckless photograph had just destroyed a marriage, a reputation, and an illusion of perfection he had built for decades. But Vanessa's smile was the worst part. Not because she looked attractive, because she looked triumphant. She sent that photo, expecting me to cry, to fall apart, to beg my husband to return home. I stared at the screen for a long moment, then laughed. Not hysterically, not loudly, just one cold, sharp laugh. So that was the game. The famous 7-year rough patch wasn't stress. It was emotional distance. It was a 28-year-old assistant in a 5-star hotel suit wearing my husband's shirt and waiting for me to collapse. But Vanessa had made one disastrous mistake. She thought I was just Ethan's wife. She forgot I was the strategist behind the empire he used to impress her. I didn't answer her message, and I didn't call Ethan. I didn't throw anything or scream at a pillow. Instead, I saved the photo, then opened the executive board group chat for Whitmore Global Logistics. At that hour, the chat was silent. Billionaires, investors, senior board members were asleep in their gate mansion, completely asleep, unaware a disaster was about to land in the center of their company. My thumb hovered over the screen for 1 second, then I forwarded the image. Vanessa in Ethan's shirt, Ethan asleep behind her, the champagne, the evidence. Underneath it, I typed one message. Look like our CEO has been working very hard on his new project. Vanessa appears deeply committed and to supporting him. Congratulations to both of them. May their happiness last 100 years. I hit send with that message, and it landed on the board chat like a grenade sliding across published mahogany. For a few seconds, nothing happened. Then one person opened it, then another. Profile icons began lighting up one by one in the darkness. I smiled. Benetta thought she had destroyed my life. She had actually ruined the husband. I powered off my phone, removed the SIM card, walked into the marble bathroom and flushed it down the toilet. Watching the old version of myself disappear felt strangely peaceful. The woman who stayed silent, the woman who protected her husband's reputation, gone. I walked to the hidden safe inside my closet behind jewelry I never cared about and handbags I have never loved. Sat in the back, carried a suitcase, packed 3 months earlier passports, contracts, financial records, 2 encrypted phones. I changed into jeans, a black sweater, and sneakers. No diamonds, not even the one Mr. Whitemore bought for me. Ethan collection of exotic cars gleams beneath the garage lights. I ignored the Ferrari, the Aston Martin. Instead, I chose a black Range Rover registered under one of Ethan's shell corporations. The irony made me laugh. By 4 a.m., I was driving through an empty street toward Los Angeles International Airport. While the city still slept, one of the encrypted phones I tested my attorney. Proceed with the arrangements, I said. A reply came immediately. Already on the way. The private terminal at Los Angeles Airport was nearly empty when I arrived. No reporters, no security teams, no curious eyes. Exactly how I wanted it. I boarded a charter jet bound for New York while the sun was still hiding below the horizon. As the aircraft lifted into the darkness, I looked down at the city where I had spent 7 years building a life around a man who never deserved it. Then I closed my eyes, not because I was heartbroken, but because I was finally free. By the time Ethan woke up in Peninsula suit at 7:15 a.m., the damage had already spread through the entire level of Whitmore Global Logistics. The board members had seen the photo, investors have seen the photo, the chairman had seen the photos. The worst, they had seen my message. What should have remained a secret affair instantly became a corporate crisis. At 7:32 a.m., Ethan called me 37 times. I never answered. At 7:41 a.m., he called my attorney. She answered. "Mr. Whitmore," she said calmly, "all future communications regarding my clients will be directed through this office." Then she hung up. At 8:05 a.m., the emergency board meeting began. I wasn't there. I didn't need to be. I already knew exactly what would happen. For years, Ethan had convinced himself that he was the smartest person in the room. Men like that always forget one thing. They are only powerful until someone reveals the truth. The board concerns wasn't the affair itself. Executives have affairs every day. Their concern was the risk, the scandal, the misuse of company resources, the possibility that confidential business travel had been used for personal relationships, the possibility that promotions and contracts had been influenced by favoritism. And then came the second wave. My attorney released documents, perfectly legal documents, financial records proving Ethan had quietly transferred millions through shell companies without proper disclosure to shareholders. Nothing criminal, but enough to trigger investigation, enough to terrify investors, enough to make the board realize the woman they had dismissed as the CEO's wife knew where every financial skeleton was buried. By noon, Ethan Company stock had dropped 9%. By 3 o'clock, it had dropped 14. At 4:30, the board voted executive effective immediately. Ethan Whitmore was replaced. Administrative leaving pending review. A CEO who spent years pretending and presenting himself as an untouchable was escorted out of his headquarters. The news reached every business network before sunset. Former CEO. Those two words followed him everywhere. Meanwhile, I sat in a penthouse overlooking Manhattan, not crying, not celebrating, simply watching, because revenge had never been my goal. Truth was, 3 weeks later, the divorce settlement negotiations began. Ethan arrived looking 10 years older. The confidence was gone. The expensive smile was gone. Even the way he walked had changed. For the first time in years, he looked like a man forced to face consequences. When the meeting ended, he asked if he could speak to me privately. I agreed. For exactly 5 minutes, we sat across each other in a quiet conference room. Neither of us spoke at first. Finally, he broke the silence. "You destroyed everything," he said to me. I looked at him calmly. "No," his jaw tightened. "You knew exactly what would happen." I nodded. "Yes, and you did it anyway." I folded my hands. "Ethan, I didn't destroy your life." I leaned forward slightly. "You handed your life to a 28-year-old assistant and asked her to send me evidence." For a moment, he had no response. Then something unexpected happened. His eyes filled with tears. Not dramatic tears, no manipulation tears, real ones. "I loved you." I believed he meant it. Strangely, that made it worse, because love without loyalty is selfishness, wearing a nicer name. I stood. The conversation was over. As I reached the door, he spoke again. "Will you ever forgive me?" I paused, then answered honestly. Eventually, his face lifted slightly, but I wasn't finished. "I'll forgive you because I don't want to carry this forever." His expression fell again. "But forgiveness doesn't mean you get me back." Then I walked away. 6 months later, Whitmore Global Logistics had a new CEO. The company survived. Most large companies do. Vanessa disappeared from public view. Industry rumors claimed she moved overseas after becoming the center of a scandal she never expected. I never looked for the confirmation. She no longer mattered. Neither did Ethan. As for me, life became surprisingly simple. I launched my own consulting firm without Ethan, without his last name, without his shadow. Within a year, several Fortune 500 companies became clients. The same business leaders who once viewed me as an accessory to a powerful man now understood something important. I had been the architect all along. One evening, nearly 2 years later, I attended a charity gala in New York. The ballroom glittered with crystal chandeliers and quiet wealth. As I crossed the room, someone approached me, an older investor I had known. For years, he smiled warmly. "You know," he said, "everyone thought Ethan built an empire." I raised an eyebrow, and he laughed. Turned out, he was standing on yours. For the first time that night, I laughed too, not because of Ethan, not because of revenge, not because I had won, but because I finally understood something. The greatest victory wasn't exposing betrayal, it was divorce. It wasn't watching an empire crumble. The greatest victory was discovering that everything they tried to take from me had never belonged to them in the first place. My intelligence, my resilience, my vision, my future. Those things were all mine, and they always would be. As the orchestra played, the city lights shimmered because the ballroom windows lifted a glass champagne. Beyond the ballroom windows, I lifted a glass champagne, not to the past, not to revenge, but to the future. Thanks for watching. Please, to get more stories like this, like, subscribe, follow, and share for more. Have a good day.